Hello. Today we're going to be doing the 200-hour service on this John Deere E100, and we're also going to be doing the every 50-hour service because I haven't done service since 165 hours, and it's at 203 now. So I already took the deck off, went ahead and did that already, but I'm going to show you how I did that and the easiest way to do that. So on each side you have your bracket that holds your deck, the back of your deck on, and the hardware to go right there to hold that on. Then you have this holds a bracket to hold the middle of your deck up. This one hangs right there just like that, and this will clip right onto your deck. I can show you where. It goes right through here, just like that, and hangs like that on both sides. Locks itself in. I have these two pieces of hardware which hold on the bracket right there for the front of the deck, which is right here. This slides right on to that spot, and your hardware goes right over top. Then we have these pieces of hardware which clip right onto here for the front of your deck. It clips on the very front pocket of your deck in the middle to keep that nice and balanced. Then lastly, you actually have your brake cable, your blade brake cable, and a spring tensioner, and that is held in by one of these cotter pins. It's not a cotter pin, that's a different kind of pin. Easiest way to do this is just push that right down towards the deck and pull and push forward towards this pulley. Now your deck is on. The next thing you're going to want to do for the 50-hour service, we'll start with that, would be to take off the belt for it. So, belt and the covers. Alright, so next is to take off this cover. There was one up here too. I removed that a few months ago, so you have to repeat this process twice. We're going to want a bigger tool to do that one. Or you can go back to using the socket and ratchet mechanism. It's 10 millimeter bolts. And there's only two of them on this side. I'm just going to use this impact for the rest of it. Take them off the rest of the way. That should be all we have to do there. There you go. Might have to extend it a little bit to get it off. There's your cover. So make sure you keep your parts organized when you're doing this, because this is a lot of times it's not easy to keep your parts organized. Unless you're a very organized person, that'd be good. And if you're like me and you're not a very organized person, try your hardest to this. You don't want to lose this stuff. So we're gonna just blast this off. It's gonna pull the pulley off with it. Take it either to your nearest shop and get what you need. Now you got your belt here, you can take it to the nearest shop, nearest small engine shop, get what you need, or you can order it off John Deere's website, or you can order it off Amazon or eBay, or website of your choice. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the next one's going to be a pain. So, that's going to be the drive belt. Sorry for a lot of wind today. We got a lot of wind here for some reason. It's 9 degrees outside. Yes, I have heat in here. Clean engine cooling fins. We have to do all that stuff, so might as well do that quick. As you can see, this drive belt is shot and it goes really slow, so we're gonna replace it. We're gonna need to take that pulley off and that pulley off. We're gonna need to probably, yep, we're gonna need to drop this and pull this down so we can get that pulley off there. Yeah, John Deere makes it a pain. I can't even see back here, so no, I can't even see where that belt goes, so hopefully it's not too hard. Just when we thought the pain was over, we had to take the crankshaft pulley off. We had to take that. Who knows what's next? Nope. Check this out. Now we have to take the steering off. So I'm going to pull that steering arm off, just pull that gear off, and slide it up through. If you're one of the people that wants the poor man's power steering thing, I've heard people can do that. Might not be a good time to install that if you can do that on these. Then we have to work in the back. Slick move, John Deere. Put a different side underneath. Right. And the transmission is disconnected. I woke up this morning and thought, I'll watch a YouTube video. And I thought, you know what? No. I'm just gonna go do it myself and make my own YouTube video. I'll do it. Hopefully someone else can get some help off of this. I know I'm getting help off of it because I've never done this. At least now I can access that. Finally got it out. There's our drive belt. Definitely does need replaced. There's the bugger that was making us drop the transmission. Little roller. Very, very annoying. Your filter, easy stuff like that. Right on your belt, what it goes to, so then you know that, oh, this goes to the tractor. And then the other one goes to the deck. Because otherwise you'll get confused and go to put it on, it's not going to be wrong. Then you went through all that hassle for nothing. Spark plugs. Or spark plug. Depending on what series you have. Oh. Yeah, that thing. You can get away with cleaning that, but if we're going to do the actual service, you want to replace that. I'm going to replace it, and I'm going to keep this in my stockpile of spark plugs. So if I have something that needs it that day, there it is. It wants us to clean the fan blades inside of here. But I can already tell you that mine are completely clean because if you just look down, one good way to tell about that is look through your crack at the air filter. I don't know if you can see back in there. Looking in there. Completely clean. So that's good. If yours has any sort of residue, Be good to clean that because that can overheat your engine and melt or blow up or something, or catch on fire possibly. Don't want that happening. You're going to level your mower deck. Emission filter. I don't think this one has one now. Clean, replace, and sharpen mower blades. So let's get over to doing that. Here's my big sockets down here. Look at this. Oh yeah. These are very big nuts on here. They're going to be 15/16 if you're doing SAE. So, well, that didn't quite work. If you're looking for a new log splitter, try that out. These are not reverse thread bolts. They're nuts. You're going to want to grease your spindles too. There's a mower blade. Oh yeah. Right there's where I smacked it. You can see the difference between this side and this side. Woo-wee. Look at that. Crazy. So we're going to get them to be replaced. You're going to want to grease the spindles on this deck too. You're going to want to clean your mower deck too. I think that's a step on here. Clean mower deck, yep. Even if it's not a step, I'd recommend doing it anyway because these things can get pretty nasty. And if you'd like to keep your deck for a long amount of time, I'd suggest doing that. Mine wasn't too bad since I cleaned out about 190 hours. It also helps if you do not mow wet snow. Alright, that's not the cleanest mower deck ever, but I mean it's cleaner than what it was, so as long as you get most of it off, you're good. Alright, now on here, on your both spindles here, there is a spot down here where you can use your grease fitting. Clean it off good before you do that. Get your grease gun in. Stick it on there. Mine's a locking one, so it locks right in place. And then just give it a few pumps. Doesn't need much. I don't think these have ever been greased, honestly. At least not in a while. So that's probably a lot. That's probably definitely good. I gave it about 10 pumps. It's probably might be way too much. Who knows? But then you're going to do that in your other one. If you start seeing stuff come out the side, that means you do not need to do it. That means that it is good. Next thing to do is check your spindle brakes. So how you do that is just see how they look. Mine don't look worn down hardly at all, so they look really good still. And same with down there. So one of the last things on here, lubricate front axles. Oh wait, never mind, that's only on 25 hours. Clean battery terminals. My terminals are clean. I just literally put these on. The other thing they want you to do is replace your engine oil and your fuel filter. So mine's due for another one of them because I haven't changed it since 165.1 hours. So we are going to redo that. We're going to wrap this back around here. Don't break it though. That's one thing we don't want to do. She's really on there. don't strip that, because that'd be really bad. I set that right there. Just so I can take this oil pan over and do our oil change. Drain all the oil out of the motor. Now how we do that? Again, very simple. This is the simple stuff on this. Engine stuff is simple. Anything else is a pain. What you do on these is you turn this cap clockwise and then pull it off. You can open that up to vent it too. I don't think it's going to really matter that much, but you know. What else do we need to do? Fuel filter. Alright, another easy thing. Right here is your fuel filter. That fuel filter still looks really good. I honestly don't think it's necessary to replace it, but if that's what the manual calls for, then that's what we're going to do. Again, try to give this thing the best of its life. It's only a couple years, it's only like 5 years old, so. A lot newer than the Ford, if you watch my channel. And hey, also, I've noticed that 98% of you are not subscribed that watch my videos. So if you aren't subscribed and like the channel, feel free to subscribe. Really stuck on there. There it is. There we go. There's fuel filter. I'm gonna go in here and see if I. Whoa. I'm gonna go in here and see if I have another one of these or not. Went over in my parts bin and found the right fuel filter, so that's pretty cool. Compare these. Oh yeah. Not the same model, I don't think, but they're close to the same, so I'll throw it on. Should probably do fuel lines on this machine here sometime soon. Wait, which way? You have to pay attention to which way it comes in, which way it comes out. It's gonna goes up. Right there's the arrow. It smells like gas in here, so I'm gonna go out and take a break for a few minutes, let this thing air out in here. There we go. New fuel filter installed. Alright, and I'm back to Tractor Supply with what we needed and a whole bunch of tools that were on clearance that I kind of didn't need. Then again, when do you not need tools? So I got the air filter, oil filter, spark plug, and so I know this isn't like the best one you can go buy, but I measured these up to the old ones, and this is what we needed. 97 for the drive, I think it was. And, yeah, 102 for the deck. So that's all I got for this, because that's all they had. Everything else was sold out, like the blades. That's good. Got that all organized. Now we're just gonna throw that on there, and we'll be good. We're going to first start with the easy stuff and put the old oil cap back on. So how you do this is you align this tab right here up with there, push it on, there it is, and turn her. That's not going anywhere. Alright, so we got our Briggs & Stratton genuine oil filter, and then we got our 5W30 synthetic motor oil. We're putting 5W30 in it because right now I don't have 10W30, so once it comes summertime and it's about 70 degrees out, well, I'll change that and put some 10W30 in there, so it's better for summer. But for now, we're going to work with what we got here. The Tractor Supply didn't have any other oil, so I would have got 10W30 but they didn't have any. So take some of this old oil, rub it on here, get that seal nice and good. Don't cut your fingers because it's pretty sharp in here. There we go. Here it says here, here's the instructions. Oil gasket and hand tighten only, and then check for leaks. Hand tighten it, so you don't want it too tight. Because that'll be a bugger to get off if you make it super tight. So now we got that on. Now we got to throw the oil in here. So you're going to take your dipstick out, sit it beside here. Throw your funnel in there. Open your oil up. I'm not quite sure how much oil this thing takes. I'm guessing about a quart. That was... we could put a lot more in there. Alright, we'll stop about right there. Just touch it down in there. And pull it out. And it looks, and then wipe it off. You're going to do this a few times just to get it. Yeah, she's way down here. So we're going to need a lot more here. To, like this residue dripping out, I like to stick it right back in the oil can. To put that, some of that right back in the can so you have it. I'm pretty sure that's right at the top, which is right where we want it. We'll give it a few minutes to settle down in there so we can check it. While we're waiting, let's throw our spark plug in. I got the Sten spark plug. It's a part number for this is 131-015RT-STN, and that replaces the NGK BKR5ES, which was the original plug to this. So there you go, there's our plug. Compare it to the old one to make sure it's the same. I didn't take the old one along with us, so hoping it's the same. Yep, look at that. So we're gonna put that right down in there. Hope we don't cross. Make sure do the best job you can to not cross thread this. And I didn't, so that's good. Plug wire's back on, plug's back in. Now we're going to check our oil. We're right at the bottom, so we're going to need to add the rest of that cord in there. It'd be cool if they made threads to thread that, so then you can just leave that sit like that. Perfect. That is right at the top of the full mark. Next is your air filter. Obviously pretty easy here. I got this one. This is a 13 to 27 horsepower genuine pre-cleaner and air filter, which is nice as a pre-cleaner. This is part number 797704. That's with the pre-cleaner, and then just the air filter alone is 796031. Seems like that's already nice and oiled. There we go. Throw our cover back on, and the air filter is done. It's got a brand new air filter and pre-cleaner, which this one never had a pre-cleaner before, so that's pretty nice. So now we're going to throw the belt on here. This is our brand new belt. It's a Husky brand, but it's 1/2 inch by 102 inch around. There's what it looks like. So how this deck belt here is going to go, you're going to take it, you're going to put it around here. Right around to the front. This is the front. This is going to go down around here. There we go. And there's our belt diagram. You want to see how that went? We'll tighten that pretty tight. And that'll come out like that. I need to get a new blades for that. So that'll be like a day for me, but that'll be like 5 minutes for you. Next thing is getting the belt around the mower. Well, I just got done putting the transmission in and forgot to hit record, so it's back in. I'm going to let the mower down. Last thing I can do for tonight is to stick the covers back on the mower deck. There we go, deck is back together, cleaned, lubed, and ready to be put back on. Oh yeah, alright, so I'm back. Next day, there you go right there, old blades. And there we go right there, brand new blades, Sten's blades right there. Tractor Supply, these blades were $76. They're $18 a piece from my local store, so my local small engine shop. So go to your local small engine shop, hopefully you get a discount. So now when you're installing your blades, I want to fill out the part number. I'll put that in at the end of the video. All part numbers will be done at the end of the video. Now when you're doing your blades, you want the sharp side up towards the deck. You do not want them coming off. Make sure your cutting edge is up. There you go, and your deck's completed. Now, before you slide your deck under and attach your belt, you're going to want to put the spring in. So, Now you're going to need to thread that under there, under your belt and under there, and slip it right up in there, and then pull it down in. Pull your belt piece, slide it under, connect your belt first. This will go back behind it and down through like that. Always make sure when you're putting this on that your holder bracket faces towards the front of the mower so that can go in its spot. Make sure it's flipped the right way. Just like that. You're going to want to make sure your pin is not bent out of place like this one. And if it is, get your pliers and crimp it back down. Stick your pin right over top of that spot. There it is. So we're in the front of the mower, and you're going to want to lift your deck up slightly and slide it through the bottom middle pin. Get your washer and your clip. Put your washer on. Slide your clip on and you're good. Next thing to do is take your tensioner or your level adjuster for the back and slide it into place. It goes like that. Slide sideways and clicks in and goes straight up. Next thing you're going to do is take your adjuster, lift your mower deck up, and slide it right under there. Once it's on there, you're going to take your washer and your pin, put your pin on, and then put your washer on, and put your pin through the hole. And then repeat the process on this side. Then lastly is this middle bracket. You're going to slide your deck slightly forward and backward, and then you're going to slip it on. There it is. After that, you put your washer on there, and slide your pin right through the hole. And repeat that process on the other side. So now that your deck is back on, make sure it moves up and down. Mine's moving pretty good, so we have everything hooked up right. So when I went to hit the key to start it, nothing happened. And the safety switch down here at the transmission came undone when I moved the transmission. So just make sure you plug that right back in, so then it will work. It's kind of a pain to plug back in. Might be kind of hard to push in, but it's in now. Let's see if it... Yep, there we are. That was the whole problem. I don't have the correct level or knowledge to level this mower deck, so I will either buy a deck leveler, a certified deck leveler, to level this, or I will take it to my nearest small engine shop or John Deere dealer. So those would be the options I would suggest, because I don't have the right tools to do this at the moment. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it and want some more like videos on push mower services or something else like that, oil changes, drop it down in the comments. If you like this and want to see more, subscribe. And we're going to do a little startup here so you can see that it worked. That all the oil stuff and air filters worked. Spark plugs. So let's do that. Since we put a new fuel filter on, it might take a little bit for the fuel pump to pump gas back up, since we drained it all out. There's our fuel bowl filling up. You can see it's right there. And that should fill up here in a little bit. That should pump fuel right back up there. All right, let's see if it moves. Oh yeah. Perfect. All right, let's see if the blades turn on.